Let me tell you, there are some moves in Magic that you just need to know, and by need to know I mean need to know. Like imagine going on the show Survivor and not knowing how to make a fire. You would die. It's the same thing here, maybe not as extreme, but only maybe. The move I'm going to talk about in this video is probably one of the most used in card Magic to achieve incredible card effects. Do you know what it is? Take a second, just think about it, and I'll give you some time. It's the double lift. Now I know what you're thinking, you hyped up this move so much and it's just a double lift? Alright, hold on, before you leave the video, here's a hard fact. Some of the best effects I have performed that got insane reactions all used a basic double lift. And in this video, I'm going to be sharing some of those tricks with you, but before I do that, I want to cover the basics of the double lift and generally where people make mistakes when first learning it. And for some of you who are learning this for the first time, the double lift is the action of lifting two cards, displaying them as one to deceive the spectator. I've just seen so many beginners learn it incorrectly, and then when I watch them perform it, it kind of hurts on the inside. And I'm not trying to put anyone down because I am 100% guilty of this myself. I had been doing the double lift incorrectly for years. You want to see how I did it? Like this. Did it work? Most of the time. Could it have been better? Absolutely. The version of the double lift that I currently use is known as the strike double. Am I saying it's the best method of the double lift? Definitely not. I believe the push-off double is better, but it is much more difficult to learn, so this is a fairly easy double lift version to learn, and it looks very natural, so it's perfect. For me, it's perfect. So let me now give you a quick tutorial. From this angle now, the strike double looks something like this, Queen of Spades, but it's actually two cards. Honestly, this move isn't too difficult and it shouldn't take you more than a couple of days to really get down. So you're going to start off with the deck in your non-dominant hand, index finger on top like so, the middle ring pinky finger on one side and your thumb on the other side. Once this grip is established, you want to push over some cards with your thumb, okay? And you want kind of this angle. Instead of the deck being completely straight like this, you want it to be a little angled like so. This way, what's actually happening in the strike double is I'm using my index finger here to kind of count two cards. As you can see, I have two cards right there, and I grip them and turn them over. Now, if the deck was completely straight, getting that grip would be difficult. That's why you want to push over slightly. This way the cards are angled like so, and your index finger could easily come over, count two cards, and flip them over. Just to go in a little bit more detail, once the cards have been pushed over and you're about to go and find your two cards here, you want to push down on top with your thumb. And this will really help in this riffling motion where you're looking for those two cards, okay? And this will take a bit of practice. So you're here to set up, and as you go in for your grip, move your thumb on top, and you're going to grab the cards here. So you go ahead and look for it. There it is, riffle until you get two cards. And of course, you'll riffle in the beginning, but once you get better at it, you can just immediately go ahead and grab those two cards. Now, usually when I actually grab between my middle finger and my ring finger. So I come around here, pick up those two cards, and then once those two cards have been lifted, I insert my middle finger and my ring finger. So we're here, insert these fingers like so, grab with my thumb, let go here, slide it down. Okay, so gripped like this, make sure the cards do not split. Slide it down, come to the corner, turn it face up, and then I let it rest on this fleshy part of my thumb here and the thumb itself. So it's resting like this. And once this is, once you've displayed the card, three of spades, again, this is two cards. Once you've displayed the card, push over with your thumb again. Pushing over with your thumb is key. Push over with your thumb again. Again, same grip here, except this time you don't have to riffle to find it. Since you just pushed over this packet or these two cards, you can easily get that grip. Put these fingers again beneath, turn over, and there is your double. Now, a few methods that beginners use when they first learn the double lift is they either push off a few cards like this to grab a pinky break like so, or they riffle in the back until they find those two cards, and then they either turn them over like this, or they lift them up like this, and it's just weird. It doesn't come across as natural. So for those of you who like to get that pinky break by either pushing off the two cards or riffling and then putting it there, I'd highly recommend you to learn the pinky count, which just looks something like this. All that's really happening is you're counting off 1, 2 cards with your pinky, and immediately you have that grip. Then you can go in and do that double. But I'm not gonna lie to you, the pinky count is not an easy move to learn. At least for me, it literally took me months to properly learn this move because I couldn't find a tutorial online which really covered every single aspect of the pinky count. But I did make a tutorial on it, so I'll put the link on the screen. You guys can go ahead and check it out. But this is a great way to kind of grab that grip, do that double, and there it is. Now obviously you don't have to use the same method I do, but I'd highly encourage you to use a method that feels and looks very natural. Because if there's anything I learned from Richard Turner is that naturalness sells the effect. So now that we've been through all the details, why is this the best move to learn? Well, let me show you this trick and you tell me. Alright, so check this out. I have a sneaky little trick for you. You have a card at random selected by a spectator. Let's say it is the 9 of spades. Now let me lose it somewhere in the center of the deck. Alright, you got me. I didn't actually lose it. It's still on top. And just for you, I'm going to have it signed. Let's just say right here. Not the greatest signature, but you know, we got it signed. We'll take this card, leave it somewhere right here. Okay, you know what? Just right here in plain sight the entire time. Okay, and this is where that gets really good. We have another joker right here, which I will sign myself. So boom, boom, close enough. I signed it myself. And now we're just gonna close this up. We're gonna close this up and check it out. Just with a simple rub, I have your signed card right here. And that means this must be my signed card right there. This trick really kills every time, especially if you have a spectator go ahead and sign the card like I just did. It's just amazing. So for this trick, you need 2 duplicate cards. I just have these 2 jokers, and then you need 1 card selected at random. So the way this works is you have an unsigned joker on top of the deck and a signed joker on the bottom of the deck. You have a spectator go ahead and select a card. Wow, what are the chances? But anyway, you have that card on top of the deck, and I just want to control this bottom card on top of the spectator's card. So I just catch a break right there. I just do a swing cut, and then I do a double undercut. I leave this card down here, and then I move this to the top. So now it's looking something like this. The signed joker is on top, the spectator's card is second, and the blank joker is third. Now you go ahead, do your double lift right here. You have the spectator, or what I usually like to say to the spectator is that, oh, look at that, your card's still on top. Then I have them sign, and then I go ahead and close that double. Man, double with a new deck is not easy. You close that double, and you're handing over to the spectator your pre-signed card. Again, if it's a joker, it's fine. But I'd recommend using like another like duplicate card. All right, so the spectator now thinks this is their 9 of spades. You do another double lift, and this is the blank joker, remember? Sign the exact same way, whatever it is, close the double lift, take the card. You can give these cards a cut. This way, you know, if the spectator looks on top, the card isn't there. And then you just go ahead, rub it, boom, spectator's card here, your card there, both signed. Now that trick kills, literally kills with any audience. And I'm not gonna lie, I thought I came up with it like 7-8 years back, but then I found out other people do it, so that was a bummer. Now check out this next one. Very basic foundation, but it works beautifully. This one is also pretty great, but instead of doing a performance and tutorial, I'm just gonna kind of talk through it so you know what's going on. You wanna start off by getting a double. So in this case, I actually used the riffle double. I'll talk about why in a second. But I get that double, and now I squeeze the cards like this, okay? And I really want to get a nice bevel in the cards, okay? And now the reason, again, I mentioned a lot about naturalness. The reason why this double works here is because you ultimately want to bend the cards this way, okay? And if you're lifting up like this, doing this, and then bending, that's a very natural motion. So I'd recommend doing that riffle double. You put it back on the deck now, press down on this card because you don't want it to be popping up. Press down on this card. Pull it off like this. Show the spectator the side of the deck. Again, keep this pressed down. Show the spectator the side of the deck here. Like, okay, there is your card. You can visually see it right there. And then you're going to close the deck. As you close, make sure to keep this pressed down. Grip the sides with your thumb and middle finger. Like so. Okay. And then when you snap, you'll see the card's going to pop up. It's a little difficult to do from this angle. Let me see if I could change it up for you. Okay, it's not perfect, but you get the picture of doing this from the side right in front of the spectator where they're viewing it from here. The pop looks so real. It's like you can see the instant the card jumps to the top. And all you're really doing with that snap is you're pulling your fingers slightly back. Okay, so your fingers are here. Pull them slightly back. You see the card pop up. The spectator's mind is blown. Literally, guys, the double lift is one of the most used in card magic for a good reason. It's fairly simple to do. It gets you great reactions, and the possibilities with that move are endless. Let me know down below your favorite trick using the double lift, and if I love that trick as well, I'll definitely make sure to share it on this channel. Whoa, 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 where do you think you're going? Just take a second, chill in the end screen with me. Now go check out my Patreon because with your support, we'll make big things happen on this channel.